British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Good morning, I'm Izzy Morgan, and these are your 10 a.m. news headlines. The Chief Constable of the Surrey Police Services says he is deeply concerned about recent shootings in the Metro Vancouver City. Norm Lipinski says addressing gun violence and organized crime is of paramount importance for the force. His comments come after 2 teenagers died Sunday in a shooting in an underground parking lot that investigators believe is related to gang conflict. Lipinski says the force temporarily repurposed its 8-person gang enforcement unit to support a city-wide response to extortion violence. But some members remain active in gang-related policing, and there's a plan for them to return to regular duties in mid-June. More than a dozen Americans who were passengers on board the cruise ship during the hantavirus outbreak are in quarantine in Nebraska and Atlanta. One person has tested positive and another has developed symptoms. But for the majority of the 17 passengers in quarantine, most are asymptomatic. One of the passengers, Jake Rosemarin, tells ABC News that he plans to stay in quarantine facilities in Nebraska for the entire incubation period. He tells Good Morning America that he's in good spirits.
Holding up pretty well. I mean, I was relieved to get off the ship and have a plan in place, and they're treating us really, really well here. So I can't ask for anything more than that.
BCIT producer Andrew Chen is here to give us a look at what's happening in the newsroom today. Thanks, Andrew. Vancouver's Oak Ridge Park Mall is set to open in just 2 weeks. The first phase of opening on May 28th will include 2.8 million square feet of the project, which has a planned size of 5 million square feet. The first phase includes retail spaces with tenants including Louis Vuitton and Aritzia, along with offices and almost 1,400 residential units. Quadreal Property Group and West Banks say the project, which is set to be complete in 2029, will ultimately include more than 3,300 residential and rental units, housing more than 6,000 people. In sports, with the FIFA World Cup starting in Vancouver in less than 40 days, our reporter Ali Fella has more on how prepared the VPD is to provide the city's security during the competition.
Thousands of delighted fans will be in Vancouver soon to attend the biggest soccer event. This can really challenge the security of the city. However, the media relations officer of the VPD, Constable Darren Wong, is not much worried. He says they've been going forward according to their prior planning. Also, Wong mentions their past experiences in managing safety of big events make them even more confident regarding this.
We've hosted big events before. Having FIFA in Vancouver, although it's going to be perhaps larger in scale, it's not our first rodeo.
Wong added his department has also counted on getting help from partner agencies, especially from Alberta Police Forces. Ali Falla, BCIT News.
Rappers 50 Cent and Nelly, along with the Chainsmokers, headline a new World Cup concert series by Sports Illustrated. SI Beyond the Pitch will bring concerts and VIP experiences to Los Angeles, Dallas, Miami, and New York during the Global Soccer Tournament. The series kicks off June 12th in Los Angeles with Nelly and wraps up in New York July 18th with 50 Cent and Diplo. Today, it will be mainly sunny with a high of 20. This afternoon, you might see a few clouds before it dips down to a low of 12 tonight. Tomorrow, it will be cloudy with a high of 18 and a chance of showers in the morning. That's your news to 10:05. I'm Izzy Morgan, and you're listening to BCIT's The Crow.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
Everything is changing to digital. Everything is online. People aren't just waiting for the 6 o'clock news anymore. People want their news right now. They want to be able to go onto their smartphone, onto the internet, and see the news that they want to see.
Vancouver is growing at, a really rapid rate, the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika Sikka-King.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Theresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretnero.
And I'm Radhika Sikka-King. Thank you for tuning in to BCIT Magazine.
Good morning. I'm Noah Peckham, and here are your sports headlines. Last night in the NHL playoffs, the Colorado Avalanche defeated the Minnesota Wild 5-2. The Avalanche now have a commanding 3-1 series lead over the Wild. Mackenzie Blackwood had a solid performance for the Avalanche, stopping 19 of 21 shots in his first start of the playoffs. Blackwood spoke on how it felt after not playing for nearly a month.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not perfect, but some good things, some things to build upon, and you're never going to be perfect after 30 days off, so I just try to do my best to stay sharp in practice.
7 minutes into last night's game, Colorado's Josh Manson and Minnesota's Michael McCarron got tangled up along the boards. As the players were getting up off the ice, Manson's stick came up and butt-ended McCarron in the face. The play resulted in Manson receiving a 4-minute double minor for butt-ending. Despite Manson getting penalized, McCarron was still unhappy in his intermission interview.
I mean, you played against Josh. He's a dirty player. He's always been. Surprised he got away with only a 4-minute. I'm happy he's still in the game.
Manson had a different view on the play.
That's fine. If he wants to call me a dirty player, he can just look at my history. I mean, it's been 13 years and I haven't been suspended yet, so obviously I'm not that dirty. You know what I mean? I think there are other guys in the league that are doing more, but was that the cleanest play? No. I mean, was it purposeful? No, and it wasn't purposeful either. But like I said, served my time. They scored on it, so I mean, benefited them. But yeah, that's his perspective.
A judge has ruled that Tiger Woods' prescription drug records will be handed over to prosecutors following his March arrest in Florida on suspicion of driving under the influence. A judge approved an agreement between Woods' defense attorney and prosecutors following a 4-minute hearing in Martin County Circuit Court. Prosecutors had issued a subpoena seeking copies of all prescription medication records for the legendary golfer from the start of the year through the end of March. Woods' attorney acknowledged during the hearing that the right to privacy is not absolute and that prosecutors could make a compelling argument for why they were needed. Prosecutors agreed to the defense attorney's request for a protective order limiting who can access the records. In the NBA playoffs, the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Detroit Pistons 133-103 to tie the series at 2. The Oklahoma City Thunder defeated the Los Angeles Lakers 115-110, sweeping the series. Canadian Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the Thunder with an impressive 35-point performance. Here is Gilgeous-Alexander post-game.
Yeah, we just wanted to take it like one possession at a time. Like, we've been in that situation so many times. We know like there's so many possessions left in a slow basketball game, especially when it's late game. Like, everything slows down and you can really impose your will on the game, and we just try to do so down the stretch. We did enough of it tonight. We still got to be better coming out of halftime. That's been a strength of ours, but we'll take the W.
The Kansas City Chiefs have transformed their iconic Arrowhead Stadium to host World Cup games, fulfilling a long-held dream of the Hunt family. The stadium will host 6 pool play games starting next month, including a round of 32 match and a quarterfinal. The first match, featuring Argentina and Algeria, is June 16th. The stadium was built in 1972, and that meant it had to undergo significant changes to meet FIFA's requirements, including seat removal and field upgrades. The Chiefs have collaborated for nearly a decade to make this happen. In baseball, Kevin Gausman earned his 2,000th career strikeout Monday night, but took the loss as the Blue Jays fell to the Tampa Bay Rays 8-5. Gausman says he's honored to reach the career plateau.
Definitely never thought I would get here, and to be in the same sentence as the guys that are currently, all guys I consider great pitchers, for me is very humbling and, very cool.
Gausman is now 90th on the all-time strikeout list. That's all for now. I'm Noah Peckham for BCIT's The Crow. Thanks for listening.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
everything is changing to digital. Everything is online. People aren't just waiting for the 6 o'clock news anymore. People want their news right now. They want to be able to go onto their smartphone, onto the internet, and see the news that they want to see.
Vancouver is growing at, a really rapid rate, the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika Sikakane.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Theresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretnero.
And I'm Radhika Sikakane.